Hello there, this is John V, Software Evangelist at JSCAPE, and you're watching another JSCAPE MFT Server tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to show you a simple method that will enable you to connect your server to a Microsoft Azure file share and then automatically upload files to that share. If you want a similar tutorial for Amazon S3, we've provided a link to that in the description, and you'll also see another link that will pop out in the right-hand corner of the screen. Now, there are many ways to set this up on JSCAPE MFT Server. To give you a few examples, you can configure MFT Server to upload files on a predefined schedule, automatically redirect each file uploaded to your server to the share, encrypt each file before uploading to the share, select incoming files based on source, type, or some other criteria, and then upload only those files to the share, and so on. But in this particular tutorial, we're going to configure MFT Server to detect every single file that gets added to a local directory, say perhaps via a certain business process, and then automatically upload those files to an Azure file share. Ready? Let's begin. Before you start configuring anything on JSCAPE MFT Server, you need to have an Azure file share ready. You also need to gather a few pieces of information pertinent to that share, which you will enter into your JSCAPE MFT Server settings. So these are the information you need. First, you need the name of your Azure storage account. You can find that in the storage accounts module, and here they are. Second, you need a key associated with that account. You can find the storage accounts keys in storage accounts, and then you click the name of the account, and then account keys, and then you'll notice that each storage account has two keys. You just need one of them. So take note of one key, and that's what you'll need. Third, you need also the setting of that account's secure transfer required toggle switch. So you can find this setting again in storage accounts, and then the name of the account, and then you go to configuration, and then it's this setting here, secure transfer required. You need to check whether it's disabled or enabled. Take note of that. And then fourth, you need an existing file share under that storage account. So we have one here named Azure File Share. So we take note of that as well. Once you have all that information on hand, you can then proceed to your JSCAPE MFT Server instance. The first thing you'll want to do is create a directory monitor. So that's what we're going to do next. If you are not yet familiar with directory monitors, I suggest you watch the video using directory monitors. I've provided a link to that in the description, and you'll also find a link that will pop up in the upper right corner of the screen. So to create a directory monitor, go to the Directory Monitors module and click the Add button. Give the directory monitor a name, select the directory you want to monitor, and set a desired monitor interval. Because we only want this directory monitor to monitor for newly added files, let's just uncheck all events except the monitor file add event. Click the OK button when you're done. So now JSCAPE MFT Server will be able to detect each file that gets added into that file upload directory. The next step is to create an Azure File Service trading partner. Again, if you are not familiar with the trading partners, I suggest you watch the video using trading partners. I've also provided a link to that in the description, and you'll also find another link that will pop up in the upper right corner of the screen. To create a trading partner, go to the Trading Partners module and then click the Add button. Select Microsoft Azure File Service from the drop-down list and then click OK. Once you're presented with the Microsoft Azure File Service Trading Partner dialog box, give the trading partner a name. You'll also be asked to enter a username and password. At this point, you can now use the information I asked you to collect earlier. The username is just your Azure storage account name, while the password is just that storage account's corresponding key. Just copy and paste those pieces of information into their respective fields. One more thing. Remember, I asked you to check whether the secure transfer required toggle switch of your Azure storage account was enabled or not. If it was enabled, then you need to check the Use SSL checkbox in this trading partner dialog box. Otherwise, you can leave that setting unchecked. What this simply means is that if the secure transfer switch is enabled on your Azure storage account and the Use SSL checkbox is ticked on your trading partner, then file transfers made between these two entities will be done via a secure connection. Take note that the connection will fail if the settings on these two entities don't match. So to see if the connection works, just click the Test Server button. If the test succeeds, you can then proceed. The final step is to create a trigger that would listen to the directory monitor file added event and upload each detected file via a trading partner file upload trigger action. Let's do that now. So navigate to the triggers module and then click the add button. Give the trigger a name and select the directory monitor file added event from the event type drop-down list. Click next to proceed. As you will likely have several triggers listening to the directory monitor file added event type, you need to configure this particular trigger to respond only to those events that originated from the directory monitor you created earlier. In our case, that would be the directory monitor named Daemon for Azure Upload. So we enter the following expression in the trigger conditions box. Click next to proceed. Next, add the trading partner file upload trigger action. This action will be responsible for uploading the files detected by your directory monitor to the Azure trading partner you created earlier. Click OK to proceed. When the trading partner file upload action dialog box appears, expand the drop-down list and select the trading partner you created earlier. After that, go to the local file field and enter the file variable, or you can select that from the add variable dialog. So the value of the file variable corresponds to the local file path of each newly added file that's detected by your directory monitor, which in turn this particular trigger responded to. Lastly, go to the remote directory field and enter the name of that existing file share I asked you to obtain earlier. So the name was Azure File Share. Click OK until you're back at the main screen. That's it. Now you know how to configure your server to automatically upload files to an Azure file share.